I had to fight with your mother about colors and some different things. And,
Yeah.
But now she looks at it and goes,
yeah, that's pretty nice.
as usual, you were right. Welcome back to Bourbon Theory. I'm Bill.
I'm Josh, and we're here using our new set.
Yeah.
For the very first time.
You can't see all of it, right? They can't see the top.
There's actually I don't know how much they can see, to be honest.
We'll see when we review it.
Exactly. And to start off our new filming session with our new set, we're doing kind of a big time bottle.
Yeah.
I think everyone other than us really
Yes, you're probably right.
Really loves these
Us
bottles.
and a few others that are like us.
Yeah, and that, everyone, is Pappy 12-year Lot B. And as you can see, it's just about empty. There's actually just a little bit left.
Oh, look, and he puts it in his glass.
In the bottle. I'm going to do both. Let's build a little bit.
Of course. On the table that your father built with his own 2 hands.
There you go. Wouldn't be your son if I didn't make a mess.
Yeah.
So, we admittedly are not big Pappy fans.
No. I mean, outside of the 15, and not even huge on that.
I'm not a Pappy fan.
Yeah.
We did have one year when we hosted a tasting at Jewelers on Main.
And I think this is a 2022 bottle from the same lot as well.
Yeah. Where it was significantly fruity and light and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we're just comparing it to the half-empty bottle we had poured earlier that was kind of harsh.
It was very harsh.
Yeah, so I'm really hoping that this is that same light, sweet fruitiness that we get, but I'm not holding my breath.
Right.
So, guys, if you have not hit the subscribe button already, I mean, for a bottle like this, we'd really appreciate it if you could. Go ahead and leave the video a like if you're liking what you're seeing so far. Hit that notification bell if you want to stay up to date on everything we're doing. Leave us a comment because we want to talk to you.
Let us know what you think of Pappy.
Yeah, what is your honest opinion of Pappy? If you've had it, if you haven't had it, let us know. Actually, I would love to know how many people have actually had Pappy.
That would be good, yeah.
Have you had it? It's such a rare pour because people, one, hoard it when it becomes available.
And a lot of people buy it and never drink it.
What the hell is the point of buying a bottle of bourbon if you're never going to open it? I don't know.
I guess they're nice to look at, but
they're a whole lot nicer to drink.
Boy, it's really sticking.
Yeah.
This one's got a fruit and spicy nose.
Yes, it does. Like an apple, cinnamon.
Yeah.
Mild pepper. A little bit of pepper in there.
Mm-hmm. The apple was my first note as well. Like
a nice red apple. There's maybe just a little bit of a hint of a cherry underneath it.
I can see that.
Just a tiny little hint.
It's all really light fruits. I don't know if I'd go for the cherry or maybe more for a pear or something. But
yeah, I could see where you're coming from with that.
We're
a lot further away.
Yeah,
from each other. This is a little weird.
Yeah, you can't smack me now.
My arms are long enough. Well,
by the way, built all this out
with help.
Yep, a little bit of help. Yeah, that had the ideas, and
you're getting a little too old and disabled over there to do it all by yourself.
That's true.
So it's fantastic work. You did stain everything. You picked out how it was going to be. A little bit of input from me.
I had to fight with your mother about colors and some different things. And, but now she looks at it and goes,
yeah, that's pretty nice.
As usual, you were right.
So it's very
She must have said that 3 times in the last 37 years.
So I don't know how well the bottles behind us come through on camera. I hope they come through nicely. So if you see bottles back here that you want us to try, there's definitely some like this one that's behind my head that we're going to be cracking before too terribly long. Mm-hmm. But again, if you see anything, good Lord, I have to work on the table placement for this.
And pay attention because we might change the lineup back there.
We're going to move it around.
You might be able to tell what's coming.
Yeah, some hints and clues, perhaps, in what is coming. Yeah. So Let's cheers.
Give this a taste.
Let's give it a taste.
Really good bit of spice there.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Nice pepper.
A lot of oak.
Mm-hmm.
That is my problem with Pappy.
It's a little forward on the oak.
Yeah. Not a ton going on in the back palate here.
Right. That's where I was.
The oak is sort of creeping back very slowly.
The apple comes through just a little bit on the palate, or the apple or the pear or whatever.
Yeah, there's just enough fruit sweetness where I'm like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
My thing is when I taste bourbon, if I don't get any sweetness at all, you're automatically starting like at a D, you know? And you have to really have some nice like oak spice flavor to rise yourself out of that. So this having a little bit of sweetness is putting it, for me right now, we're looking at like a C.
Yeah, you know, back when these were $79, that was okay. I mean, that was okay.
Yeah, but now they're 150.
And there weren't a lot of other $79 bottles out there. But when you got to pay, if you're paying this, which I cannot understand, I saw it today on a hunt video for somebody else that they were $1,300.
Yeah, the secondary prices have been dropping,
and
which is good to see. But I would say the average price that you've probably seen for a bottle like this over the last 5-6 years has been $2,000.
I've never seen it that high.
I've seen 1,800, I've seen 2,100, I've seen 1,500.
But I would say we're going to see these, and I think we're already seeing some of this, that they're going to get down. The secondary is going to have to get down in the sixes. With what we're already beginning to see in the market.
Yeah.
In one of these videos, I saw that Kentucky Owl 12 was down to $190 in a store, which it's still $399 or $349.
Yeah, and
here in
North Carolina.
And it's been sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting. So
hopefully we'll see some changes like that.
The other thing with this is that it goes away pretty quickly.
Yeah, the finish is not that long. Yeah, it's completely gone.
Yeah, it doesn't have a long finish on it. And we're not knocking Pappy.
I'm just giving you my honest, curt opinion. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about a bottle.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of price tag, regardless of whether, we've never had anything supplied to us other than small samples.
And honestly, we should probably do a second sip before we go too far in that.
Yeah.
Because the nose evened out just a little bit.
Yeah. A little more gentle on the nose now.
I'm getting a little more of a dark leather.
Yeah, a little touch. Yeah, some thicker tones is the best way I can describe that.
Like I said, on the glass, that's pretty good. And really, as I was doing the Kentucky Chew on it, it actually had a pretty thick mouthfeel to it.
For a 90.4 proof, it's not bad.
Not what I'm going to do water on.
No.
I just don't see it. At 90.4, I don't see that.
No, there's no point really.
Spice muted a touch.
I like my second sip a little bit more than the first.
I agree.
But again, it's just it's harsh oak. It's harsh, bitter oak. And I think that is the main reason why I don't like Pappy.
And it's one of the, I've said it for years, I'd like to try this at a higher proof. And one of the reasons that I like the 10 and the 15 better than any of the others
is that they're 107
is they're 107 proof.
Yeah.
So you can get a little more of that flavor. You can get a little more of that barrel, on it. And you got to proof it down. And, there's a few reasons to proof down. And one of them is actually that the flavor profile is not what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the main one.
It's too oaky.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of the reason. And look, there are 12, 13, 15-year-old, 16, 17-year-old products at a higher proof than this with less of an oak impact.
Well, it's like Weller 12.
Yeah, Weller 12 is super oaky.
Weller 12 is super oaky and it's 90 proof.
Yeah.
So
imagine what that would be like.
Right.
And sometimes, maybe it's just that they want to sell more Weller 12. So you water it down, you get more. And I still want to taste what it is coming out of the barrel,
I'm not disappointed. At retail, I'm not disappointed, but it's no better than a C+.
Yeah.
So
C+.
that's where I am with it.
That's what it is. That is what it is. So sorry, all of you Pappy lovers out there, but we're being honest with you.
That's it. Yeah, we're not, like I said, we're not knocking it. If it were good, we would tell you it was good. It was great.
Yeah.
But
it's just nothing special.
It's not.
It's just nothing special.
It's a good mid-level pour.
Yeah. I've heard back when Stitzweller was still producing Pappy that was some special stuff. And that is, I think, really where the reputation
I think
came
it
from.
probably was special stuff because, again, I'm trying to think of what was out there that was high proof at the time. And it was probably Old Granddad 114 because that's been around forever.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know. I'm trying to remember if the Bottled and Bond Act, which I wasn't alive for, but if that,
all the way back in 1940.
if that's what drove the 100 proof mark,
Yeah,
could
be.
And then it would be interesting to do the research and find out where the proofs were in production bourbon, not specialty stuff. But where those were back then, and then I could see that something that was 107 would have more of an appeal.
More. Yeah.
So
yeah.
But
this bad boy's 90.4.
And that's a bottle kill, by the way.
Yeah, that is a bottle kill. We did save ourselves just enough to do a versus.
Mm-hmm.
So there is another video with Pappy coming, so be on the lookout for that. But it's a C+.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
And
C+.
Let's just cut it off here so we can move on to the next.
Yeah.
Here at our new set. Let us know what you think, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
And we'll do a little more in-depth tour. I've got just a couple of things to finish. I need to trim out a door, need to paint some doors, and do a little trim staining and finishing on a window. But outside of that, this is still a studio / basement / shop.
Yeah.
I can pull. We got an overhead door to your right,
which you might have heard some.
Yeah,
some
rattling around.
noise. It's very windy
as the heck
Yeah.
today. But I have the ability to pull a vehicle in here and do some maintenance or anything like that on.
Yeah.
So and we've got having a few acres, we've got some equipment that has to be taken care of on occasions.
A little bit. So, guys, thank you so much for being here with us today.
And like we always say, like good bourbon, our videos get better with time.
And as always, take care of yourselves.